Hi everyone, my name is Martin. I work for Oracle as Master Principal Sales Consultant. Today I'll show you how GraalVM can actually increase the throughput and performance of an existing Java application without changing a code. I'll make an assumption that you have known GraalVM. For those who are not familiar with GraalVM, you can go ahead and go to GraalVM portal, which is graalvm.org, and then you can find there's a lot of information there. So what is GraalVM? So basically GraalVM is the next big thing in the JVM world. And by definition, GraalVM is a high performance, highly optimized, secured, polyglot, embeddable, as well as standalone virtual machines, right? So um, this is really an awesome product at the end of the day. Without further ado, today I'm gonna demonstrate to you a few demo. The first demo is coming from the GraalVM portal itself. If you go to the documents, the online document under the graalvm.org, and then click examples, and then from there you click Java performance example, you find there is one sample um, whereby you can actually run a simple Java class, which is a stream API, which try to count the number of uppercase characters inside the parameters, and then to create more load, the same parameters will be processed 10 million times, right? So this is the Java class. You can actually copy everything here, or you can just click the copy um, link here, and then you can actually paste in your favorite IDE. So I'm running Visual Code Studio, right? So I have actually here inside my IDE. The next thing is actually you can compile it. So if you notice here, I have two different terminals. Okay, so I'm actually running Ubuntu and using Windows subsystem for Linux. So on my left here is basically GraalVM Enterprise Edition version 19.2, and then on the right here is the OpenJDK 8, right? So in order to simulate the conditions, I will try to compile that um, count uppercase class using OpenJDK Java compiler, all right? So I'll do that here. Okay, so for these two terminal is actually pointing to the same working directory under /mnt/c/demo/vlogs, right? So I can actually look at the class. There is a count uppercase.java. So I can compile it using OpenJDK compiler, and then I will see that there is a new file created here. So um, I can then test it out, right? I can run it, and then I can just give whatever parameters, perhaps just demo of GraalVM, all right? And then just um, execute this. So this will run under the OpenJDK 1.8. So for that um, parameter, it requires around 5,347 millisecond, right? And then if I were to run the same thing, let me go and make sure this pointing to the same. Okay, that's correct. So if I run under GraalVM, um, now giving the same set of parameter, sorry, then you can see that it is requires around 2021 millisecond. So roughly around 2x performance increment, right? So i- um, this is a good value propositions of GraalVM, which is running an existing Java application as is without changing the code, and then run on top of GraalVM. Then you can benefit performance from the performance increment. And then the second demo is basically is the simple application written by Chris Eaton when he wrote GraalVM blog. Where you can find it here, top 10 things to do with GraalVM. And then this is the repo. I have actually pre-populated. I have checked out his code, which is this one, GraalVM dash 10 that things, all right? So I can just go there and look at the repo. So according to um, this top 10 Java class. So basically, what this top 10 Java class benchmark that we're going to use is basically it try to calculate the the most top 10 words that mostly used within that particular text files, right? So in order to do so, I will try to again to compile it using the OpenJDK. So I will try to top 10 dot class and make sure I have that. Yep, that's correct. It is created here. And then the next thing is actually is to make sure that I that that we create these large files, which is using the make utility, and it will create a large.txt, which is the size is around 150 meg. So I have that in my directory here, which is yeah roughly around 150 plus meg, and we can try to take the performance of it. So we can always do a you know do this Java top 10 and then pass it the parameter and then execute it. So I will run the first attempt under OpenJDK JVM. So it will try to read this large .txt file, which is 150 meg files, and then um, uh, give the output. So in the meantime, I will also try to prepare to run it on top of GraalVM EE. So give it another minute. So in order to execute these top 10 Stream API, mostly Stream API from Chris Eaton top 10 class, for OpenJDK, it requires around 41.125 second, right? So around 41 second. And then these are the top 10 words appear on that particular large text. So let's execute it now in the GraalVM EE, right? So do the same thing. We do a time and then top 10 and then pass the same file, which is the large.txt files. And let's see how fast that GraalVM um, can achieve compared to the standard OpenJDK 1.8. So as for your info, GraalVM EE is running on Oracle JDK 1.8 as well. Okay, so it finished. If you can if you notice that it only require around 27 minutes, 27.844 second. So is roughly let me try to calculate 27 divided by 41 roughly. Where's my calculator? Divide by 41. We gain around 35% performance increment, right? So that's not um, that's not small because 35% performance increment just porting your existing Java application, that is that's huge, right? So, but again, at the end of the day, this is the two benchmark that I show you may not be 100% reflect your existing applications. So what I encourage you to is actually to run your existing applications and give it a try. Deploy it as is, no change, no code change. Deploy everything on top of GraalVM. You should see some performance increments. So if you have any question, feel free to ping me. I'm more than happy to assist. Thanks everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.